I'm a truckin' across the USA. Yeah, I'm truckin' just about every day. Yeah, I'm truckin'. So what you got to say? I'd like to hear it today. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'd like to hear it today. Trucker John OTR. Tuesday, Thursday, live streaming on YouTube, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Won't you join me, please? From somewhere in the United States of America is Trucker John OTR. Who knows where I'll be live streaming from? It could be a rest area. It could be a truck stop. Or maybe even a Walmart parking lot. That's right, every Tuesday and Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. It's the Trucker John OTR live stream. That's right. It's going down. It's going down.
I don't know why. I don't know why this happened. Why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? Well, then here I am with my with the green screen, and I don't know why it's not giving me a background. I thought I had these issues all hammered out. All right, there we go. Here we are at the truck stop with my extremely large head. Can I zoom out of this, guys? Guys, is there any way I can zoom out of this? I don't know. You might be stuck with a huge head today. That didn't sound right. That did not sound right. Anyhow, thanks for being here. Thanks for coming by. See, but I think what happened here is I tried a different tripod for the camera, and because the other one, other one I was using this one. It's lost its ability as happens sometimes when you get older, you lose your ability to stay erect for long periods of time. And this one was given out on me. So I had to go to a new one, as you sometimes have to do. But anyhow, hey, thanks for being here. We got 16 people watching, I guess. We got some thumbs ups. Make sure you hit the thumbs ups, subscribe, share for me. We are at about 1,380 something subscribers. The goal was to get to 1,500 by today, by end of day. I don't know if we can hit 1,500 or not, but we'll see. So it looks like we got Jackie's in the truck stop here. We got Aaron West. Hello, Aaron. Thanks for being here. Ask not what you can do for your country. I don't know. Ask not, want not. But thanks for being here. Ask says what? But thanks for being here. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe button, all that stuff. We got Jackie, Fowler's Wrath. Doug G in the truck stop this morning. Jolie's over here. Adam Westish is in the truck stop. Vincent Owens is over here. Can't stay, just wanted to give a thumbs up before I head to the farm. Have a good show. Well, we're up to a really good start, when I couldn't turn the damn camera on, for some reason. And we got Adam Westish says, hey everybody, I will be lurking too. Unfortunately, I have a huge mess and still have to put up Diane's tarp. Well, there you go. Lurking's fine. It's, make sure you thumbs up and all that good stuff, and you could hop in from time to time. 56 Nick Rich is in the truck stop. Experimental silent intros, not going to bring the newbies and hit that like. I don't know. Maybe it will. Who knows? Adam wishes. Now you have BG. Yeah, finally. Nick Rich is at the truck stop. Ask 18 likes, 19 watching. There you go. That's a pretty good ratio. I guess means that one person hasn't hit the like yet. 56 Nick Rich, erect for long periods. If your erection doesn't go down in 6 hours, please seek medical help. Adam Marshall says, additives in food are mostly the blame for ED problems in guys our age. Boy, I sure did open a can of worms with that, didn't I? There's Benny Loco. Ban dick pills. Old men don't need to make kids. They won't be alive to raise. Who's talking about making kids? Says True Dat. Adam Marsh says, microplastics are endocrine disruptors, imitate estrogen, cause us to gain weight in female areas. There you go. Jackie says 56 and rich, laughing or something. Nick says first filter anything that ain't purple, please. Oh, wait a minute now. So wait a minute, Nick. Are you telling me you don't like my nice purple bearded mustache? Because whenever I wear it, it makes me feel fabulous. I'm fabulous. You're fabulous. We're all fabulous. So I don't really appreciate that you don't like the purple. Okay? All right? So, I find it a bit bothersome, worrisome, perhaps. I don't know. But, nevertheless, I want to thank you all so much for being here. There you go. How's that for starting off with a filter? I know Nick doesn't like purple, apparently. What can I say? What can I say? I love it. I love it. So anyhow, we got, Adam says he's nearby. Surfer Norm's here. Says, hi you folks. Hey, Trucker John, or hi Trucker. Like the pic of Uncle Taylor. I hope that's her. Nice idea. Yeah, that was her, by the way. I stole that and I lifted that off of Tony Michaels. He had that on his thing, and I think that's where I got that picture from. Just a full disclosure, Steven Sayre says, hey, yo, Trucker John, looking good, my friend. Oh, thank you very much. I think it's the nice purple beard here. Benny Loco, kids can be made in test tubes now. No peeing required. Like I said, who's talking about American kids? We're just having fun, baby. Benny Loco, hi, Julie. Says, purple ties are everywhere now. They're just everywhere. The purple tie. I'll have to get me one to match my beard. Steven Sayre says, kind of makes you look like Philip Hittner. Well, there you go. And that's saying a lot. Talk about mighty beards. That guy's got a beard that even a woman would envy. I'm sorry if that sounded really, I don't know. Whatever that sounded like, I don't know. Let's see, Chris is here. Hey, there you are. Thanks for coming on in. Gulf Marine's in the truck stop here at the TA. We're getting some service done apparently at the TA. We're waiting in line. Sometimes those lines you could be there all day waiting to just get your a PM. But that's the way it is. I'm not complaining about TA. They do good work, I think. But sometimes you gotta wait all day for an oil change because it's busy. Hey, there's Jesse Logie. Why are you hiding your face? I'm not hiding my face, baby. This is it. I'm hiding behind this. I don't want anyone to see me. Okay, look. All right, we'll go back to this. What would you rather have, this or this? I don't know. You decide. Okay, so we're stuck back with the old grayed horse or whatever, the old gray mule. Okay, so here we are. Continuing on. But Jesse Logie, thanks for being here, by the way. 56 Nick Rich says, the purple beard is the leaning towards the rainbow when it ain't needed. It sounds a bit condescending. Sorry, otherwise it's okay. Well, that's what it just evokes that in me. So, and I am a very condescending person, though. So, Steve Sayre says, yes, I did at Ask. Ask. I don't know. I'm out of that thread. Benny says, old men don't need dick pills. They need to accept that the penis fails. Gee, Benny Loco is just gonna keep beating that old dead horse, isn't she? Benny Loco, good on you, Gulf Marine. Okay, what did I miss from Gulf? I feel like I've missed. I've been busy. Okay, Gulf Marine. I think I did skip this one. I didn't mean to skip over you, Gulf Marine. I've been busy. He says, I've been busy turning gettable Trump supporters in hostile chat columns. I got one. Oh, there you go. I second that. Good on you. Chris says, Trucker John, I got the cat condo together. Oh, awesome. How are the cats taken to it? Because I think cats love those things. For whatever reason, they love to climb and they'll take naps on it, So hopefully that's going good for you. Golf Marine says, do your version of Ficus. Don't have one, make it so. Yeah, I wish that they had more filters. They don't have that, and I don't know how I can add. Someday I'll figure out how to do that, because I'd like to do my own little Ficus. I really would. I could do a Ficus. That didn't sound right. I'm looking at the filters, and they really, that might be as close as they come as the purple one. And that's not really even, Ficus. So these filters they have on this app are pretty, I don't know, should we say lame or basic, And I don't know if I could add on this app, if I could add one or not. I haven't found that yet. You saw the difficulty I had just trying to get the background out today, so that's about the extent of my knowledge. I'm just scanning through, I'm sort of going through here. There really isn't anything. I think I did this one once, didn't I do this one? Is this, what's coming up here? It's like, okay, I got a big old nice beard. I don't know what is this? Because this is my hat. So it's kind of like another, it's like something. And I guess these are like icicles. It's like it's really cold. I'm really cold right now. It's really cold here in Las Vegas. My gosh, it's 54 degrees. I don't know if I can make it or not, guys. There you get the steam coming out of my mouth. It's so cold. It's 54, and we're going to get a high today of a 59. We're not even going to hit 60, guys. We're not even going to hit 60. How am I going to survive if we don't even get 60 degrees out here? My God, it's so bad. It's so bad. I don't know if I can make it. And scene. No, thank you. Thank you very much. So yeah, if I can get a ficus one, I'll try. Cause I could do me some ficus, I think. Let's see here. So where did I leave off? We got 56. Get the same software Hal uses. Well, see, that's the thing. Hal has a nice big computer that he runs his show off of. I'm running this off of my iPhone. It's pretty limited, but I can do right now. But that's the idea. I'm gonna. If you go to Buy Me a Coffee, there is a little like fundraiser thing in there. We're trying to get a nice, maybe a Mac with an M1 chip. I'm told that's what you should use. And then maybe I could do all that kind of stuff, baby. I don't know why I'm going to go, baby, into Sam and Davis. But yeah, we'll do that. Let's see. Chris says, hey, Julie. Brenda Triplets here. Thanks for being here. Steve Sayers says, my wife is a hairdresser. She is working on preventing gray hair. There you go. Now Benny Loco has got this hashtag. Let's see if I can figure it out. Dick pills make you wanted babies. Wow, that's a hell of a hashtag there, Benny Loco. I'm sensing some dick pill envy there. I don't know. Chris says, how's it going at Nerd Mishla? Oh, did I miss Nerd Mishla? Didn't mean to pass you up, Nerd Mishla. But thanks for being here. I don't see your check-in. But I'll just take was it Aaron? I'll take someone's word for it. Thanks for being here. I scrolled and now I'm lost. I scrolled back up, now I'm scrolling back down. So here we go. Yeah, that was Chris that said, hey to Nerd Mishla. Adam Washtish says, 56 Rich, it's a version of Snapchat they have hidden from the public. I have to look for the new software too. Yeah, I don't know how I could add it to this. I'm using this app. And it's Prism something. It's an app I just found, and I don't think I can add. I'm having a hard enough time, just as it is, trying to figure out shit. I don't want to get into it, but I went to the help menu. The help menu it's like it doesn't even make sense. So anyhow, Tim Farrell's here. Thank Tim for coming on by. It says, what is this place? Look at all the nice people. That is true. It's the chat. The chat room has lots of great people in it. And you guys can just chat amongst yourselves when I'm faltering, You guys take it over. You do a great job of it. Ass says minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit equals minus 40 degrees Celsius. Wait a minute. What? That doesn't make sense to me. But anyhow, I was making a little joke about the weather, and actually the sun's out, so guns out. Where's the guns? There they are. Look at those look at that python. Well, where am I at? Look at that mighty python. Sun's out, guns out, guys. But we're getting a little break in the weather. It's been kind of rainy the last couple of days. Like, we're getting a little break, and then it's supposed to be coming in, I think, tomorrow night, and then it's going to be raining for like 3 or 4 days. And then just in time for the Super Bowl, it's supposed to clear up again. So that is the little mini forecast here for Vegas. What We'll be getting highs around mid to upper 50s. When the rain comes in, it might cool down a little bit more, but it's not going to be really super freezing or anything. It'll just be cool and rainy and drizzly. But that's fine. We need rain, that's for sure. Gulf Marine says 53 million Taylor Swift subscribers and climbing make the maggots sweat. And here's the thing, man. I love Taylor Swift. I've loved her ever since she was a kid, and that didn't sound right, but you know what I mean. When she came out with her first hit songs, those little country songs, they were hits. They were number one hits, country hits. So she was only like 18. So she's been around since she was just a kid. She's won, I think, 11 Grammys. I think the Grammys are tomorrow night. She's going to win more. She's won like Artist of the Year or whatever, like 3 times. She's won a Record of the Year. She's won all this shit. And here, and even people in this chat will say, I've never heard a Taylor Swift song. I don't believe you. And I'm not saying you're lying, but you've heard Taylor Swift. People act like, I stand for her. I agree with her, but I've never even heard a Taylor. I couldn't even name one Taylor Swift song. Come on, people. She's sold as many records as almost as Michael Jackson. She rules at the Grammys. She's won so many Grammys that even other people don't like her in the Grammys because they think that the only reason she was winning is because she's white and there's more white voters in the Grammy Academy or whatever. That's she's controversial. She's been around for a long time. She's sold millions and millions and millions of records. Don't tell me you've never heard a Taylor Swift song, for Christ's sake. Jesus H. Christ. You don't have to be a Taylor fan to have heard her songs. Okay, that's my little rant on Taylor Swift. Thank you very much. Adam West says 62 here and it's freezing. Yeah, bundle up, man. 56 nitrates. Soon enough, you'll be able to design your own filters. Yeah, that'll be the day. That'll be nice. Adam West says 56 says there's NVIDIA software for that. Still researching. Nerd Mishla says hi to everybody. She said hi. They're saying hi. Got extra pain today, but at least the sun is shining. How are you doing? Well, I'm sorry to hear about that extra pain. I hope that goes away or it can get, you can take care of that somehow. Ask says Mac M1 chip, and then does that mean less than or greater than House Kitty? These symbols. Golf Marine says I have to cool down a little after those hostile chat columns. Get a cup of Joe. Yeah, you need to sort of just come down a little bit, kind of try to get back into a relaxed mode. And you can do that here, hopefully. Hopefully my Taylor rant didn't get the blood pressure going. Robert Perez says, good morning, driver. And yes, I was a truck driver. All right, so are you out of it? Are you retired? Or I guess I'm retired from truck driving. I've been Ubering now for almost a year. And I really don't know if I want to go back to truck driving. Although I am keeping my CDL, active, I guess. Server Norm is saying, Gulf Marine, is that true? Taylor has 53 million. That's huge. Oh, did I skip here? 53 million subscribers, yeah. She's, you guys, I don't know how you guys don't know about Taylor Swift. She's a worldwide phenomenon for better than a decade now. She's in her early 30s now. That's the thing, is when you see these kids grow up, like Taylor Swift and Miley Cyrus, we watch them as little kids and on TV, and then we watch them grow up, and then it's just kind of, it's kind of interesting and fun to watch these kids grow up to be adults, and but Taylor Swift, she's been around, and like I say, you don't have to be a Taylor Swift fan, but I don't see how you could not have heard any of her songs. It's like I'm not a really big Celine Dion fan. Okay, but I recognize her songs, and I recognize she is a great, 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 great singer. One of the best singers I've probably ever heard. I know she's had some really big hits, like back in the 90s or whatever, right? But at least I acknowledge that she exists and that she's a huge star, even though I'm not really a fan of her, Anyhow, Ben Nilgo says, I've got important things to do. The world doesn't turn around without me. Make sure to do your part for humanity. Sitting on asses getting nothing done. Cheers, y'all. Stay sedentary and silent. And there you go. Such uplifting words from Benny Loco this morning. Gulf Marine says, howdy. Rupres, good to have you. Yeah, good to have you in here. Adam Washington says, supposedly the follicles can be restored using copper supplement. Have heard having a portion of blackstrap molasses cooked in copper every day fixes it. I don't even know what we're talking about. I must have skipped over some of the stats because I don't even know what you're talking about. Says it reached 50 or negative 50 below in Fairbanks, Alaska. Burr. That is pretty burr. I would say that's a burr. Normitch said, yes, I'm really here. Well, thank you. And I appreciate you being here. Glad you're here. Adam says, Stephen Sayers, but I'm not rich, so can't afford all that. I haven't researched it. And I'm not rich either. So Adam says, he's talking to Stephen Sayers. They're having some conversation about copper. And he's saying, supposedly a lack of copper in our diets causes our hair to turn gray unnaturally early. Oh. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's a yelling match breaking out in the corridor here. Fun apartment life. Chris says at Nerdisha, doing okay, my shoulder hurts from the latest project. I can't imagine putting something like that together with the stupid tool they gave you. Enjoying the sun. That kitty castle got the best of you. You know, I need that on-air sign you guys were talking about. We're on air over here, guys. These people, all they fucking do is argue. Why don't people stay together if that's all they're going to do? This is the same couple. I don't know if you guys can hear them. So right over here. They break out into these big-ass arguments where the whole building can hear them. Why do you stay together if that's the type of relationship why would you want to stay in that kind of a relationship? Fucking break up and go and do your own ways and stop living that way. I don't get people. 56 Rich is cracking open another 3/4 liter can. Okay, well, cheers. Tim Farrell, not good convoying weather. No, it's not at minus 50 or whatever. I'm going to skip down because I'm really... says Taylor's 34 now. Yeah, she's 34. And she's been a huge mega star ever since she was 18. You know, she started off with country, then she moved into pop, I guess you call it. And she's ruled the world, basically. So I don't know how people can say, I've never heard Taylor Swift song. Brendan Triplett says, Times Person of the Year. There you go. Thank you. Oh, you weren't talking about me? Okay. Adam Witcher says, I used to sing Shake It Off all the time, the Alex Boy version. I don't know who Alex Boye is. Now, I don't know who that person is, but I bet you that Alex Boye has not sold as many records or won as many Grammys as Taylor Swift. So my point being that that's not hypocritical of me to say I don't know who Alex Boye is, you know, when I was just complaining about people not knowing who Taylor Swift is. Saying you know who Taylor Swift is almost like saying you don't know who the Beatles are. You know what I mean? Brendan Chip says, MAGA needs to shake it off. Shake it off. Chris is saying one does, the other two aren't sure yet. Oh, about the kitty castle. Enjoy the sun today. Looks like all we're going to get for a while. Yeah, there's more storms are coming. We got more storms are coming. I remember when Kanye gave her shade. Yeah, it was Kanye. It was like, oh, that little white girl, she's just, you know, blah, 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 you know. And I'm like, fuck you, Conway. There, see? I'm even going to fuck your name up. That's how much I don't even like you. Adam Witch says, look up Alex Boye, especially Shake It Off, and Poponi Paradise. Let me know if you guys can hear the neighbors, because they're screaming and yelling, and I'm about ready to call 911. MJ McDaniel, there we go. Every single time I see your name, MJ, I say MJ McDaniel. And I apologize because it says it's MJ Daniel, not McDaniel. I don't know why I want to add a Mick to it. Anyhow, MJ Daniel says, I am a Seattle fan and KC is still the enemy from our old AFC West days, but But that is all I care about. And likewise, like, I'm not really a KC fan, but I hate the 49ers because I'm a Rams fan. And so the 49ers are, they're the hated ones. So I cannot, in any way, shape, or form, root for the Niners. Even though I don't really care I don't care about KC one or the other. So I'll be rooting for KC because I'm not going to root for the Niners. 56 says, I subbed to the Swiftie clan after John insisted we boost her algorithm. She's really quite amazing. Yeah, there you go. See there? Can you guys hear the screaming? I'm seriously about ready to call 911. See, I told you, this is what happens. These people fight. I think they get thrown in jail or something, because then it'll be quiet. Or maybe they get their fight out, and then they're quiet for like a couple weeks or something, and then this all hell breaks loose. Like every week or 2 weeks or whatever. Anyhow, it's really bad. I don't know if you guys picking up on the mic or not, but now they stopped. Someone needs to just kick them out of here, as far as I'm concerned. Brennan Triplet says, I know it's yay now. Oh yeah, the old yay thing. Thomas Garrett says, name recognition pays well for some. MJ Daniels says, she is kind of Madonna of the 2000s. I would say, in comparison to, I guess, popularity and in sales or clicks, now everything is more like clicks and streaming, right? But in that aspect, yeah. But not in terms of how she conducts herself. Not that I don't like Madonna. I think she's fine. But I think Taylor Swift really she's a little more, I guess, wholesome maybe, but not perfect, not an angel. She has content in her songs that deals with, just adults, 20s, 30s age adult stuff with relationships, right? And that was another thing about her. She was controversial about, and it was the joke. Everyone would joke about every time she was dating another guy, it's like, oh, there's another song coming out, she's going to make a breakup song, and there's another breakup song. Because a lot of her songs are kind of based on her breakups and stuff. And so, surely you guys have heard those jokes. I don't know how you can say, people say, I don't even know Taylor Swift. Anyhow, Surfer Norm's here. It's easy not to hurt, oh boy. Okay, I've opened the can of worms here, haven't I? So Surfer Norm says, it's easy not to have heard Taylor sing if you listen to classic oldies rock. You won't hear her songs. I never hear hip hop either, unless I look for them. Okay, here's my thing. I don't listen to hip hop. I don't listen to rap, basically, unless it's like the Beastie Boys, if you want to call that rap. That's like a rock rap fusion. But I'm not living in a cave either. I'm not living with my head buried in the sand. You can at least you're going to hear. I've heard rap songs or hip hop. I've seen it in clips. I've seen it just come up in social media. You hear the names of bands and stuff like that. So, or artists. That's all I'm talking about. I'm not saying you have to be like know their whole catalog and know everything about it, but there are people that are just like acting like they've never, like this is the first time they've heard Taylor Swift with this whole Kelsey. I always want to say Kelsey Grammer, Travis Kelsey or whatever. They're acting like this is the first time they've ever even heard who's, which is ridiculous. It's not, to me, it's like saying who are the Beatles, who are the Stones, who's David Bowie or whatever, And you don't have to ever even listen to that music, but to say you've never heard of, let's say, the Beatles, even if you're a young kid, it just seems ridiculous to me. Anyhow, Adam Worship says, looked up the copper gray thing. Melanin studies haven't been done, so no proof of what I wrote about the molasses. I remember reading something about, I think this was when Obama was president, and Obama was going gray, and so somehow I got into some link, some thread about gray hair, and that there were studies saying that it's something to do with the body not producing chlorine or something like that. It was something weird, and that there were some sort of studies about being able to reverse that not producing whatever that was. Maybe it wasn't chlorine, but it was whatever the body something produces something, and that if you could reverse that so that the body starts producing again, then you could reverse gray hair. I remember something this is way back in like 2010 probably. I remember reading something about that. Gulf Marine says, I gotta try the copper thing. I'm dang near a silver eagle. Now for me, okay, look, there's not much left up here, but what I do have, you can see, all this is, you know, whatever I got left, I am really, look at that big giant forehead. But the stuff I have up here is still all, you know, dark brown or whatever you want to call it. It looks black, but I think it's actually dark brown. And then it's like everything from down here is getting gray. It's weird. It's really weird. Anywho, MJ Daniels says copper has antibacterial properties from what I hear. Nick is saying gray hair, gray eyes, gray thoughts. Gray heart? No. Thomas Garrett, do they drink? Does who drink? I don't know. Steven Sayers says, oh, the people next door drink. I have no idea. I don't know what they do. But all that screaming they need to be kicked out because I'm sick of it. Brenda Triplet, life is short, don't spend it with miserable people. Exactly. MJ Daniels says, some people buy dogs and treat them terribly. Why get a pet only to be cruel? Because they're sick, MJ. Makes zero sense to me. They're sick in the fucking head, that's why. Thomas Garrett laughing out loud. Dan Herrera's here. Thanks for being... I think Dan Herrera. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Apologize if I'm not, but thanks for being here. Says, hey, Trucker John. Tuck Frump and Tuck the GOP. Sorry, I can't stay, but I'll leave your show running for my dogs. Well, hey, I'll take all audience members, dogs and cats living together. And thanks for being here, Dan. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate you. I appreciate you giving me a thumbs up, and I hope you gave me a thumbs up and putting the thing on. But that's great. That's cool. Oliver Brownlow, The Who? Yeah, they were a great band too. Gulf Marine, everyone has heated arguments, more than one every 4 months. That's a problem. Oh yeah, it's like a weekly. It's maybe even more but I haven't heard them in a while. Like I say, sometimes I don't know where they go, but then it pops up again. Steve Sayers, GOP Guardians equals our Guardians of Putin. MJ Daniel, Kanye never heard of her. Lemmy. 56 Nicholas Conway West is a naughty twitty. Chris says, I was in one of those relations, but I finally found my backbone. Now he's the one crying. I had no friends, no family, and nowhere else to go. Yeah, I know. I sort of flippantly say, get out, but I realize that it can be a lot more difficult than just getting out sometimes. But my point is, people that can get out, oftentimes will stay in a relationship, even though it's a very shitty relationship. And homie, don't play that. I don't play that. If we're yelling and screaming all the time, then I'm like, okay, I understand people get in arguments. It's just human nature. I get in arguments with people, but if it's where it's just a constant thing, where it's just like a dread, and then why stick around? I mean, the overall relationship should be one that you find enjoyable, or if it's constantly just like, oh God, here I am again with this person, then you need to get out. Surferdome says, when Kanye made the comments about Taylor, she was already a bigger star than he was. Yep, that's right. And he was just too dumb to know it. Taylor Swift is an enormous, huge, global star. Chris and Trucker John, I can't tell if that's outside your place or mine. Oh, really? You got that too over there, huh? MJ Dana says, 49ers. We were lucky enough to be at the NFC Championship game against the 49ers. That was fun. Oh, wow. Man, I'm still mad at that. That because I was rooting for the Lions too, just because I hate the Niners, not because I really like the Lions. But when that in the fourth down, fourth quarter, and it's like 4th and 4, and they were within field goal range, and they go for it. That was the stupidest fucking call. And I don't care how much success that coach has had with the Lions. He deserves to be fired for that. That lost the game right there. And I was yelling at the TV at the time. You know, I wasn't one of those. I wasn't like that. Was it Greg Olson, the announcer, was going, well, it's a good call. You can't, okay, just because it didn't work, you can't say it wasn't a good call. No, it was a terrible call. If it was 4th and inches, then I could see. 4th and like a yard maybe, I could see him going for it. But it was definitely at least 4th and 3 or 4th and 4. And then they just gave the Niners great field position, and they just went down and scored, and that put the game out of hand. If they'd gone for the field goal, that would have tied the game, and that would have made it a whole new game. It would have tied the game, and they would have still had a chance, the Lions, to win it. But once they turned it over on downs, and then San Francisco turned right around and scored, that was it. That was a bonehead call, and that coach, and I'm not saying he needs to be fired. I'm just saying that because I'm removed from it, and I don't really care about him anyhow. But so he's done really good things for the Lions, that coach. But he definitely should be criticized for it. He should not be like, you can't say it wasn't a good call just because it didn't work. No, it was a horrible call. It was a stupid call. It was a boneheaded call. And hopefully he learns his lesson from that there's a difference between being in the NFC Championship game or being in the regular season. In the regular season, you can get away with doing something like that. But here you are in the NFC Championship game with everything's on the line. You've only got a few minutes left in the game. And if you don't make it, you're out. You're done. You're done, son. He needs to be called out for that. I haven't really been keeping up with the Detroit press and the Lions Nation, so I don't know if they've been calling him out or if they've been kissing his ass over it, and doing the whole Greg Olson thing where you can't just because it didn't work, you can't criticize the call. That's bullshit. That was a horrible call. You don't do that in the NFC Championship game with like 6 minutes to go and you have a chance to tie the game. You don't take those points off the board by going for 4th and 4. You just don't do it. It was stupid. It was boneheaded. He needs to learn his lesson from it. He needs to be called out on it. And hopefully he'll learn his lesson from it. But the thing is, he may never be there again. Because I've seen instances where I thought, oh, they didn't win this year, not the Lions, but this is other players, other teams. Oh, they didn't win this year, but they're really good. They'll be back again. And they were never back again. I can remember way back when it was the Niners and the Dolphins, I think. Was it Niners-Dolphins? Played a game. Was that the Super Bowl? And it was like Joe Montana and Dan Marino. Am I getting this right? Well, I remember, and they were like, and this is when they were first coming up. They were like young quarterbacks. I don't know if it was a rookie year or not, but they were young quarterbacks. They weren't the legends that they became. And Miami lost. And I remember thinking, well, Dan Marino's a great quarterback. He'll be back again. He's going to have plenty of other chances. And he never did. They got in the playoffs, but they never got into the Super Bowl, with him or whatever. So there's that. And then there was like, was it Cam Newton? When he was with Carolina Panthers, right? And they played the Broncos a few years ago. And Cam Newton at that time was like this world beater. He was like the most awesome player in the league at that time. He was looking like he was going to be the next big quarterback. And they got to the Super Bowl. And then they folded. They got their asses kicked. And I remember thinking, he's a young quarterback. He has a whole career ahead of him. They should be back, but after that, he was never the same. He's not even, I don't even think he's playing anymore. So my point is, this Lions coach, he really fucked up. That might have been their only chance to get to the Super Bowl was this year. They might not ever even be there again in the NFC Championship game. Now I know they are a good team. They got Goff is looking good. Their defense is looking good. They got some good players. The coach is a pretty good coach. He's done a good job. But there's no guarantee that they're ever going to even make it back to having a chance to go into the Super Bowl. That might have been their only one chance, and he blew it. That's my point. In the playoffs, especially the NFC, oh, the damn tape is coming off again. God damn it. In the NFC playoffs, a championship game, he might not ever get there again. And you have to look at it like, this is it, man. This is it. And you can't have the same mentality. I mean, there is a thing like, okay, let's do what got us here. Let's do the things that made us successful. I agree with that as far as your game planning, the style of game you're going to play and stuff like that. But for a call like that, 4th and 4, and you're in field goal range, and there's only like 6 minutes to go in the game, and you have a chance to tie the game, you may never be in that spot ever again. And as far as I'm concerned, he needs to be called out on it. He needs to be humbled by it, because I think the guy's a little bit, too cocky for his britches. And there goes my green screen. Today, I'm gonna make a note of it. I'm gonna go down to Target and get me a box of thumbtacks. I only need one, but I don't think you can just buy one thumbtack. And I don't think I have. I'm sure there's a thumbtack somewhere in this apartment in my boxes or some stuff shit, but I don't know where it's at. So I'm gonna have to go down over to Target, buy me a little thing of thumbtacks to start tacking that up, because the tape is not holding. And it's really irritating me. It really does. I might have to move the camera over a little bit. Let's see. Oh, if I go maybe that way a little bit. That's a little bit better, I guess. So anyhow, I've just did a big rant on that, and I missed all the chat. I'm going to skip down in the chat if you guys don't mind. Nick Rich says, people deserve their privacy unless they're killing each other. Yeah, and they're not being very private when they bring it outdoors, because they were outdoors. I think they were up on the, I don't know, I couldn't see because my blinds are like half shut, half open. But and they're doing the whole thing. They're invading my privacy, as far as I'm concerned. Steve Sayers, live, love, life. Here's James Williams, a new face. Thanks for being here, James. Let's see what James is going to talk about. Taylor Swift. Says Taylor Swift is a neutron star in the universe of gas giants. While everyone else is telling us how horrible life is, she is showing us how it's really getting better. Beautiful lady inside. Well, there you go. And I agree with that. I think she's pretty awesome. James McNair says, good thing about dating a woman singer is they have to save their voice on days when they have gigs. Wink, wink. Okay, alrighty then. Julie says, I love my gray hair, have never colored it. I earned every one of them. Well, there you go. There you go. That's a good way to look at it, a good healthy way to look at it. Rosie's God's Comic Relief. Thank you, Reese. I'm saying Rosie. I'm sorry, Reese. Reese, hashtag God's Comic Relief. Thanks for being here, by the way. I don't think I've ever seen you here in the chat. Thanks so much for being here. Make sure you give me a like, subscribe, and share. We're trying to get to 1,500 subs, which would be awesome. Gray hairs are my wisdom highlights. Well, there you have it. Back on the gray hair subject, because I'm way behind in the chat. This is back when we were still talking about gray hair, and I went off on the Lions. Steve says, you really don't like SF. I don't. I hate them. Ass says, bad calls in the red zone, loses games. Just ask the Rams, right? They were playing the Lions. Were in the red zone 3 times, couldn't score. They couldn't score touchdowns. And there was one time in particular that really bugs me. Talk about calling out the coach. I love Sean McVay, and I love the Rams, but you're like on the 13-yard line or something, so you've got a first down. You can get a first down at the 3-yard line. You don't have to throw little fade routes into the end zone 3 or 4 times in a row. You can go for the first down. You can actually just go for the first down and get a new set of downs at the 3. I kept saying, why don't you play for the first down instead of the touchdown? And if you happen to get the touchdown while you're going for the first down, then all the better. But you don't have to keep going for just throwing into the end zone out at the 13-yard line. You can play for the first down. You can do some run. You can do a couple runs. You can do that. But they didn't, and it was weird to me because how he kind of got on this one-track mind of just throwing these little fade out routes to the end zone, and they weren't working. They were getting covered every single time. So McVay needs to be called out for that too, and hopefully he learned his lesson. But the thing about the difference between McVay and the guy at the Lions is that McVay will be back. I mean, the Lions guy, they may not ever be back at the NFC Championship game. But I have all full faith and confidence that the Rams will be for many years to come. Nick Rich says, I'm totally out of the loop regarding any professional sports. I understand the games, but not the maniacal loyalty. It's not maniacal. Steve says, remember Miami went 13-0 that year, a long time ago. Yeah, I think so. And I remember thinking, I remember as I was watching the game, and I was a young guy at the time also, but I remember thinking, these are the two young quarterbacks, these are the new faces of the NFL right here that we're watching. And then, and I was always more of again, I'm not a Niners fan, even then. I've always been a Rams fan. And I've always been a kind of a Dolphin fan, like my second favorite team. So I was rooting for the Dolphins when that, but I remember thinking, well, okay, this is the future of the league. Dan Marino and Joe Montana. These are the guys, and they were pretty much. They were the two top quarterbacks for the next decade, right? And but then Marino, unfortunately, never got back to the big show. But Montana did, as we know. As we now know. Hey, there's Jan Morgan says, hey, didn't know Trucker John had his own show. Where have I been? Where have you been, Jan? We've been wondering. We've been in the chat wondering, where's Jan Morgan? Why isn't she showing up? What? And then we're like, have you guys seen Jan? Where's Jan? Where the hell is Jan? What? And no one's like, I don't know. We thought she was going to be here. So we've been waiting for you, Jan. But thanks for being here. I'm glad you finally found us. And I hope you gave me a thumbs up. But thanks for being here. Welcome to my show. Steve Sayers says, something to talk about? Let's give them something to talk about. James Williams says, at 67, I'm too old to be scared and too fat to run. I have had the pleasure of watching the birth of rock and its evolution. I don't think mass hysteria has much to do with enjoying her message. Okay. Golf Marine, wow, 64 watching. What's your record? My record, I don't know. But I think I've had over 100. Like watching live, and then, and then with the replays going up in the many hundreds. Suzanne for Recipes here. Smash the like button, please. Thank you for that reminder, and thank you for being here, Suzanne. Nice to see you. I know I'm probably 20 minutes behind in the chat, so I'm gonna skip around. I'm gonna scroll down. So sorry if I'm skipping your chats here, but Jan Morgan says the truck stop, too cute. Yeah, here we are in the truck stop. We're getting some truck service down here at the TA. Suzanne, I have noisy neighbors, laughing out loud. These ones get violent out here, man. Terry Taylor says, hey, John, I'm at Target right now. I'll get you some thumbtacks. I know. I need to do that. I need to put that on my to-do list, because as soon as I'm done with the show, I'll forget. And then I'll do the next show, and I'll be I still haven't got the thumbtacks. I haven't got my tummy tags. Hey, there's Mozart, Trucker John, live from the convoy. Hey, Mozart, thanks for being here. Appreciate you coming by. Yeah, we convoyed over to the truck stop. Golf Marine says, thanks for reminding me to smash the like button. Suzanne Foriusepi. Yeah, thanks for that reminder. Suzanne says, I love you all. Here's John McClure. 56 Nitrix agree on ball sports. Heard it described as two tribes fighting over a chicken. Fits. Well, you don't have to like sports, but we all like something, I think, right? I mean, we all like, whether it's music, movies, plays, sports, to watch. being a participant and being a watcher are two different things. Some people love to play sports, but they don't like to watch sports, and that's fine. Some people like to watch sports, but they don't like to play sports either because maybe they don't feel like they're a good enough athlete. Maybe they have physical disabilities or whatever that limits their ability to play sports, but they like watching sports. And then some people like both. They like to play sports and they like to watch sports. I'm in that category. Now, I don't play sports so much anymore because I'm old and fat and I'm lazy or whatever. But I used to play sports. I used to play football a lot. And I played baseball and I played. I was a shitty basketball player. Yeah, I played everything. I was kind of shitty, but still, I loved playing sports and I also loved watching sports. So you can, we all have things that we like, and you don't have to like sports. You don't have to like watching sports, and that's fine. I just don't like, talk about condescending. Nick Rich was saying I was a little condescending when I put the purple beard on. I think it's a little condescending when some of the people talk about when they put down sports. Look, you don't have to like it, that's fine. But just acknowledge the fact that lots of people do like it and they find enjoyment out of it. Just like you find enjoyment out of your stamp collecting or whatever it is that you do. Or seashell collecting. You find enjoyment out of that. Some people think that's stupid. Other people, but, fuck them. All I'm saying is, don't yuck my yum. Or don't yuck anybody's yum, unless, as long as it's not, hurting someone else. Okay, there you go. Steve Sayre says Detroit should have called Andy Reid on that red zone. That's pretty funny. Jan, I'm skipping. Here's Karen Bast. Hey. At Woody Mays, Vancouver here. Also a sparkler. All right, Karen, thanks for being here. Thanks, sparklers, for being here. And thanks for everyone, whether you're a sparkler or not. Suzanne says, I'm a foodie fan, laughing out loud. And who isn't? I mean, Mozart says, when I was a kid, my dad's favorite team was the Rams and mine was the Dolphins. And am I, Chugger John? I don't know. I don't think so. Jan Morgan says, laughing out, thanks. Golf Marine says, raining outside, but bright and sparkly in here. There's PB. Or no, wait. PB is saying at Jan Morgan. I'm just mentioning PB because I haven't seen you in here, so thanks for being here. So hopefully you give me that thumbs up. Jolie says, yeah, I've been looking for you, Jan. I'm just skipping down a little bit here because I know I'm really behind. Here's Juice Willis. Rock and roll started in the 50s. Yes, it did. Many say it was, Bill Haley? Am I saying, is it Bill Haley, right, in the comments? With Rockin' Around the Clock? It's supposed to be the first rock and roll song in the mid-50s or whatever it was. MJ Daniel says, welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside. That is song lyrics right there. Let's see, we got, I'm skipping down a little bit here, guys. Trying to get caught up. Juice Willis says, keep an eye out for them lot lizards. Yeah, I don't see any. They're not out right now. It looks like they're probably sleeping under a rock or something. Mozart, for me, it's music and movies, sports, and even plays, especially musicals, are out. See, everyone has their own thing, right? Steve Sayre says, love those early rockers, Buddy, Big Bopper, Chuck Berry. Yeah, I love all those too. See, that's the thing. I love all those guys. I love the Beatles and the Stones. I love Led Zeppelin. Going on and on. Van Halen, my favorite all-time band. But I also love 21 Pilots and Cage the Elephant and Taylor Swift. I love a wide variety of music and artists. MJ Daniel says, we got a great big convoy. Ain't she wonderful sight? Convoy. Hey, Rubber Ducky. Let's see here. Here's the Rook one. Go Chiefs. Thanks, the Rook one, for being here. Sometimes when I see a new face or a new name, I like to call you out and just acknowledge you that you're here. Thanks, for all of you too. But thanks, Rook one, for being here. Make sure you give me a thumbs up if you would, and subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,500 subs by end of today, and we're at 1,380. So we got about 100 Less than 120 to go. Can we do it? I did promise a nipple slip if we do it by tonight. So there's that. If you want to see one of these nipples, hey, look at here. Look at the shirt I'm wearing. Let's see, can you see a nice shirt? Well, I don't know. I do have a shirt. I got this shirt actually a few years ago. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out if I stand. I don't want to knock the whole thing down if I stand up. Maybe I can pan down. Is that what's called? I don't think you... No, anyhow. Let's see here. I got this shirt from Tara Devlin. Okay? Not to be confused with Tara Dublin. They're both very good, you know. But Tara Devlin, she has a show. And I was a Patreon subscriber, and I think... and I got this shirt. This thing... that's as far down as it's going to go. Well, let's see. If I go to... I'm trying to get the shirt on here. It's just not going to work. I guess I got to stand up or something. I guess I got to stand up. Let's see. Now I've done it. Oh my gosh. Now everything's all loose and not right. I should never have messed with it. Anyhow, I got this shirt. Like I said, I just don't want to knock everything over. I'm afraid I'm going to knock everything over. Okay, so here's my shirt. Okay, everything is so tight in here. See, now you're going to get that. Well, yeah, real quickly, it says, vote blue, no matter who. All right, I hope that was worth all that trouble. Now let's see if I can get everything back to where it was. Maybe that's okay like that. Okay, I think we're all right. So that's the shirt I'm wearing today. And got that from Tara Devlin. I was at this pause because to make sure I don't say Tara Dublin. Not that I have anything against Tara Dublin. I just don't want to confuse the two. Okay, so where was I? I don't know why I even brought that up. Oh, I guess because I was talking about nipple slip. If I get 1,500. If we don't get the 1,500 by tonight, then no nipple slip. Most people are probably going, please do not subscribe. I'll subscribe tomorrow. Mozart, you do you. MJ Daniel says, I was into skiing and going to parties in high school. Me too. Hey, me too. You just described my high school life in one sentence. Adam Washington says, now I like the solitary stuff like surfing, swimming, hiking, biking. Yeah, you know what? You can like hiking and swimming and biking, and you can like football at the same time. You could like watching football at the same time. I'm just saying, you don't have to be locked into one thing. Steve Sayre says, pro sports is poor man's way into the millionaires club. For some, I guess, yeah. You know. Okay, I'm skipping down because I'm like 33 minutes behind in the chat. Here's Jolie. Says, my kids wanted to play a sport when they were growing up. I put them in roller derby. Oh, that's right. And they both still play today. They've been playing 13 years. And that sounds so exciting. I remember watching roller derby. Like, it was kind of a really big thing, like in the 70s. And they actually had, in California, where I lived, it's kind of like what Jolie have. They have leagues. And they had like professional leagues, and they had a you know, roller derby thing that they set up at the fairgrounds in Victorville, and I remember actually going there and watching it live. And then they had some on TV, and it was really a big thing. It was kind of a big thing for a while there, and then it kind of died out, at least as far as being televised and all that stuff. But yeah, they used to have it on TV all the time, and it was really cool. I really liked it. MJ Daniel, in the 60s, 70s, my grandfather liked to write letters to famous athletes and got a few letters back. He has a handwritten response from Miami running back Mercury Morris. Wow. That brings back memories, though. Mercury Morris and I love Larry Zonka. The guy could just run through walls, you know. Gulf Marine Rocket 88 by a band fronted by Ike Turner is widely recognized as the first rock and roll song. Oh, really? I thought it was Bill Haley in the comments, Rock and Roll All Night. Or I mean, not Rock and Roll All Night, Rock Around the Clock was widely recognized as that. Could be a controversy. We could be, this could be some controversy here. Right here on the Trucker John Show, we might have a little controversy brewing as to what was the actual first rock and roll song. Was it Rocket 88 by Ike Turner and his band? Or was it Rock Around the Clock Tonight, or Rock Around the Clock, or whatever it's called, by Bill Haley in the comments? You guys, put your, let's do that. Put in the chat, who do you think was the first? Was it Rocket 88 or Rock Around the Clock? We're going to settle it. We're going to settle that right here today on this show, on the Trucker John Show. We're going to settle once and for all, what is the first rock and roll song? Was it Rocket 88 or Rock Around the Clock? Put your answers in the chat. Thank you very much. Steve Saver says, don't be knocking if the camera is rocking. I'm getting kind of caught up here. Golf Marine says, I'm 57 and can do everything still except handsprings. And 20 minutes, 3 miles. My 3 mile is now 22 minutes. That's pretty awesome, Golf Marine. I got to say, I'm impressed. Because I can't do anything. But that's because for 20 years I've been sitting on my ass like a dumbass. You know, it's my own fault. I mean, I should have kept up some sort of level of fitness, and I didn't. Mozart says, Whip It is a fun roller derby movie. I don't remember that one, but I do remember the KC Bomber with Raquel Welch, the late great, rest in peace, Raquel. And that was when she was really in her heyday, and so I'm like a 13-year-old kid or whatever watching Raquel Welch in her roller derby gear, and woof! All I gotta say is, man, Raquel Welch, one of the most beautiful women in the history of beautiful women. Okay, it looks like I'm getting kind of caught up here. Adam Wish says, oh yeah, Larry Zonka was amazing. So was Cam Newton. Yeah, and the thing about Cam Newton, like I said, he was in the Super Bowl against the Broncos, and after that, you never heard of the guy again. Golf Marine Taylor Swift channel has 53 million subscribers. Adam Wish said, a lot of black performers were doing rock before it was famous. And the first thing that comes to mind is like Little Richard, He might not have got his due. Mozart says Rocket 88, 1951. Okay, but regardless of the year, what do most people think when they think of the first rock and roll song? Or what was the rock and roll song that really put rock and roll on the map and got it where it started the trend of rock and roll? Okay, I don't want to bias the poll. We're doing an informal poll here. Jolie, can you do polls? Because I from my screen, I don't think I can do a poll. If you could put a poll in, like what was the first? What was the question? Could be simple. We don't have to worry about being too technical. Just like what was the first rock and roll song? And the choices would be Rocket 88, and then the second choice would be Rock Around the Clock. I don't know if you can put a poll in, Jolie, for me or not. Maybe only I can do that. So if I do, then I might have to, let's see if I can or not. Because I'm doing this from, equipment. Hey, look I'm just looking at the thing. We're at 1390 now subscribers. Awesome. So only 110 to go. And one of you guys, whoever's watching, could see a nipple slip, whatever that means. I'm not even sure what that means. Okay, I know what it means. But what I'm saying is, what does it mean? I don't know. So where are we at? I'm trying to find. Okay, so now I'm on my deal here. Jolie says, I can't put up polls. That's a you thing. Okay, well, let me see. See, I think I have to do it from the phone, and I don't think I can do this from the phone. I don't know. Let's see here. Intertext, hide chat. So, I don't think this app will let me. And I'm over here. Well, let me see. Got it on all messages. Yeah. I guess I can't do it. For some reason. I don't know why. I don't know. On here, it won't let me do it. All it lets me do is do one of these emojis. You know, like this. That's all it'll let me do. Nick says it's easy to ask polls on YouTube. Getting a response is the hassle. Server Norm said, this is just trivia rock around the clock. Is the World Rocket 88 is an Oldsmobile. Okay. Anyhow, I just thought it'd be interesting to just do a poll. But I don't seem to have the ability to do that on my equipment for some odd reason. So, you know, oh, look, it says text yellow goal. Why did it not come out on my phone? It didn't come out, but on the iPad it did come out. So it's just weird. My equipment's all over the place. You know, that didn't sound right. Let's see. We got Adam West is saying, Jolie, yeah, kind of like dumps poll numbers and actual attendance. Server, this is just trivia. Okay, I read that already. 56 universities asked polls. Brenda Triplett. And Roseanne put out a video saying Trump was our first female president. That's funny. I don't even understand that, but it's funny. I wonder if Trump likes that. I thought Roseanne was a Trump fan. Well, anyhow. Hey, there's Kevin Anderson saying hi. Hello, Kevin. Thanks for being here. Looks like a new person, looks like. 56 Nick Rich says, highlights like the kids in John's Hall. Golf Marine says, I still hear the echoes in my mind of drill instructors screaming encouragement. Yeah, screaming encouragement. I was never in the military, but I remember a lot of football where we got a lot of encouragement screamed at us. Adam Ware says, Brenda Triplett, oh yeah, that was nuts. Steve Sayers says, I'm from North Missouri, so we were always behind. We had to go to the top of the hill to listen to Beaker Street Sunday night. Well, I don't even know what Beaker Street is. It sounds familiar, Beaker Street, but I don't know what it is. I don't remember what as soon as you tell me what it is, I'll probably go, oh yeah, that's right. MJ Daniel says, Roseanne has serious mental issues and needs help. Yeah, I've seen the clips, the How plays. I've never really actually gone on and watched her show or whatever, her stream. But from the clips I've seen that Hal's been playing, she's really lost it, man. Because I used to like the Roseanne show. I thought it was funny, and I remember watching her do stand up, like even before that show, like I think on Johnny Carson, and other TV stand up shows that they had. I thought she was really funny. And I thought she was kind of I thought she was kind of liberal, right? Like, didn't Roseanne, didn't they talk about, I mean, they were supposed to be like the average working family, the average, Midwest working family. And I think they depicted that pretty well. And I don't know, then she just went off the deep end, man. So, but as a lot of us can relate to that, right? We've got family members that as soon as Trump came on the scene in for president, he's been around a long time, but when he decided to run for president in 2015 and this whole MAGA movement, we've all seen family members that we thought were reasonable, and even if they were Republicans and right wing or whatever, but at least they were reasonable and you could have a conversation with them. And then MAGA just brought this fucking shit out. Trump brought this out in people to make them into just stark raving maniacs, I think, in some cases. It's pretty sad. Really, really sad. Jolie says, Chris, my oldest daughter is getting into blues right now. I love it. MJ Daniels says she was probably making a Bill Clinton reference. I don't get it. I still don't get it. Kevin says, you're welcome, John. Thank you. Thank you again. Kevin Anderson says, hugs Chris. Gulf Marine says, Chris, starting at the beginning, the way to truly understand modern music. Stephen Sayer says, Little Rock, Arkansas. Okay. Trevor Norm says, Roseanne got fired from her own show. Yeah, well, at the end, yeah, I was talking about the first iteration. And then when they came back, and then she made some racist comments, right, or something. Roseanne got fired from her own show. This is from Trevor Norm. And now it's the Connors, everybody, but Roseanne is back. Yeah. So in the newer comeback show, she was all fucked up. But in the old show, she seemed to be like Roseanne, right? So I don't know what happened in the interim. I guess it was MAGA. Adam Wedger says that Jolie Nice playing blues on the radio or playing an instrument. Chris at Jolie, he's 26 and you do not want to play music trivia with him. Jolie says, just listening at Adam Wedger. She's learning how to play guitar, but not at blues level yet. Kevin Anderson says, Chris, nobody want to play trivia with me. I clever. But I'll just throw this in here. I'm not saying I'm clever or smart, but I'm pretty sure I'm undefeated. I don't remember ever losing Trivial Pursuit. I'm just saying. And at Christmas, we went to my daughter's house and we had a Christmas party on Christmas Day. It's kind of where a bunch of family people came over. And we played this game. We didn't play Trivial Pursuit. They brought a new game out because I keep winning Trivial Pursuit. So they brought this other game out. I don't remember the name of it. But the way it was designed, it was designed like if you're a boomer, you would have you have your set of questions, I guess. And then they had it for like Gen X, and then they had like millennials, and then they had like Gen Z and all that kind of stuff. And the way it was set up, like the other teams, if you were on the boomer team, like I was, then they could ask you, when it was your turn or whatever, they could ask you like Gen Z questions because they think it would be harder, right? And just like when it's their turn, like we could ask them boomer questions for the younger ones, so that it was designed to sort of even the playing field, I guess. I still won. I still blew them away. And we were a team. We had like 4 boomers, and it was kind of like 4 in each team because we just so we kind of had people from each group in that party, and I blew them away. I was answering Gen Z questions. I was answering millennial questions, and what really blew them away, none of them knew who Coldplay was, basically, and the question was just like, who's in the? It was like it started naming off these band member names, and it was like who's this band, and I just go Coldplay. And everyone was like, Coldplay? Oh, how do you know that? How do you know that? And I think that was the one that won the game or something. And I was like, well, because I know who Chris Martin is. I didn't even need to know who the other guys were. I knew who Chris Martin is. And they're like, who's Chris Martin? I go, he's like the lead singer and main guy of Coldplay. I go, you guys don't remember him? Don't you remember he married Gwyneth Paltrow or whatever, and they had a kid together, and he named the kid Apple. You know, guys don't remember any of that shit? You know? So anyhow, just saying, I'm undefeated in Trivial Pursuit, and now this new game that we played, I'm 1-0 in that game. Let's see here. James Williams says, so, where did I leave off? I'm behind again. Let me get caught up. Chris says, that's why I love classical music along with many other genres. Adam Wish says, disgusting maggots, including my mom, but she seems to be coming around to reason. Eventually, some of them will come back. There may be some that are maybe beyond saving, but I think some of them will come back. It's just unfortunate. It's been almost, 7-8 years now of this MAGA, sort of brain takeover. Server Norm says, Beaker Street is a British invasion hit from Jerry Rafferty. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I remember that song. But the way you made it sound, it was like you would just listen to Beaker Street all the time or something. Like it was a show or something. But I remember that song from Jerry Rafferty. It just seemed odd the way you kind of phrased that. Like you had to sneak up a hill just to listen to this one particular thing. I mean, did you listen to other things, or was it just all Beaker Street all the time? Adam West says, Jolie, as soon as I can afford a guitar again, I will too. Love it, love it, love it. 56 Nick Rich says, the truck stop has its snack bar, book rack, and a fact shop. Okay. We're adding a fact shop. Adam West says, Jolie, all I can do is fake styles. It's fun just to noodle around without being aware of chords. A lot of the time I would play even without tuning it, or play opposite hands, laughing out loud. Jolie says, I don't want to play any kind of trivia with anyone, Chris. I smoke those brain cells. James Williams says, so there is no such thing as bad music, just music played badly. Golf Marine says, Roseanne is a loony, is as loony as they come, certified with paperwork. Yeah, she's lost it. Adam Bush says, oh yeah, Trivial Pursuit, John, what country did the Moops conquer? I don't know. Governor Jolie, I'm not playing right now, so I'm not in my mode. I'm not in my Trivial Pursuit mode. 56 Rich says the music store here is filled with knowledgeable fans. Jolie says she's really enjoying it, which is she started when she was younger but quit. I'm glad she's picking it up. Chris says he can tell you what album, track year, band member, center for a lot of genres. That's pretty cool. Kevin Anderson says, Roseanne is a hag. I'm sure if a crow flew on her, she'd be like, look at my new pet, laughing out loud. 56, ask this boomer any questions you like. Waiting. Okay. You keep waiting there, Nick Rich. Steve Sayers says, you asked, what country did the Moop conquer? Bubble Boy asked George, that's all. Adam Wish says, Steve Sayers, laughing loud, it's been a while and I completely forgot. Brendan Triplet says, I call it what it is, maggot madness. MAGA madness. I said maggot. MAGA madness. Golf Marine says, I got a Paul Reed Smith Santana model guitar for $200. It's in great shape and it sounds so good it practically plays itself. Did you guys see the guitar that Hal got for Johnny? That was awesome. That was an awesome guitar. I can't wait till Johnny gets it, because I don't know if you guys have watched Johnny Million's show where he plays guitar. And it seems like he's got like a million guitars. Every time I go on there, he's got like a different guitar. But it'll be cool to watch him play that. I want to hear how it sounds. Let's see here. Server Norm says, I just said what the song was. Beaker Street was not my comment. I just said what the song was. Well, I'm just saying that the way it was worded, I didn't understand that you were talking about Beaker Street, the song. I thought that was something else. But maybe when you don't use punctuation, that's why. That's what happens. Adam West says, my friend went QAnon and I dropped him. Not sure what they're doing now, but I heard that for years they stuck with that shish. Golf Marine says, my PRS guitar is worth $1,200. What luck. Wow. That sounds like a good get. James Williams says, got to go. Stay safe, everyone. Thanks, James, for being here. Appreciate it. Make sure you come back. We're here usually every Tuesday, Thursday, 9 a.m.-ish. And maybe Saturdays after Hal, and sometimes Thursdays at 3 p.m. So it's just hit the notification button, and then you'll be notified when I'm on. But I hope you come back. Steve Sayers says, Adam West says, I'm just old, 73, long enough, so if death seeks me, I'm ready. Boy, that got a little dark all of a sudden. But no, it's good to be ready. It's good to be, I guess, right? That's the way I think of it. I'm 63, so I'm thinking, you never know. I could drop dead right now, right this instant. But, definitely you start thinking like, okay, maybe I got another maybe 20 years if I'm lucky, So you get to a certain age, you're definitely on the downside, of the hill there. And you do sort of, slowly you kind of prepare yourself. Each year you get closer to being in your 80s or whatever. You're just closer and closer to dying. But that's just the way it goes. Chris says he has several guitars, and when I can afford to, I'll get his other ones out of storage in California. 2 electric, 2 acoustic, and a bass and amps. Let's see. Adam Bush says, Steve Sayers, well, I hope you keep trucking along for more than that. Yes, absolutely. I hope you live to be 100. Not that I want to put a limit on it. What if you're 100 and you're feeling really good, and then it's like, uh-oh. Trucker John only gave me to 100. Adam West says, Gulf Marine, would you recommend that one? As soon as I have some money, I'm buying. 56 Rick says, Hal gifted Johnny a beautiful Washburn axe. Yeah, I just made mention of that. I didn't call it that. I just said, the guitar. Robert Perez says, Trucker John for president. Funny you should mention that, Trucker John for president. Let me see here. This reminds me of something. No, not that. Let's go over here. I wonder if I have... A long, long time ago, I was in a union, American Postal Workers Union, and part of the local union. I probably won't be able to find it. Yeah. I ran for president of the local, and I almost won. And I would have won if we could have got together, because we had about 4 or 5 people running, and it just diluted the thing so much. I came in second, and the guy who won, he was the incumbent president, and a lot of people were dissatisfied with him, although he wasn't that bad, but people wanted to change, they wanted new. And he didn't even get 50%, he got less than 50% of the vote. And I'm convinced that if it had been just me and him, I would have won. But since he just got the highest number, but he only got like 40-something% of the vote, they didn't have instant runoff. And even though, because I did some research on it, there were lots of locals all around the country that did have like instant runoff voting, even back then. This is back in the 90s. And, you know, so I knew about instant runoff voting. That's when I first learned about instant runoff voting. Because I was trying to get that instituted. Because I knew we were going to have, like, when we had so many people running, I figured we were probably going to have a winner that would have less than 50% of the vote. And I started looking into that, and I tried to get it at the local meeting. I couldn't convince people to change to an instant runoff system. At least that it was kind of close to the election, so people didn't want to mess with the way they had been doing it, I guess. So I'm trying to find this. I do have a picture because I made these stickers. I made all kinds of things. I made stickers. I made little signs. I made. I was passing out Hershey chocolate bars where I made a wrapper, my own wrapper around it. It said John Fowler for president. And I'm pretty sure if I scroll long enough in my photos here, I'm going to see a picture of that sticker. But this probably is boring, probably pretty boring for you guys as I scroll. So chat amongst yourselves. Oh, here's my shirt. Well, I took a picture of this shirt that I'm wearing and I just found that. I should have put that on. But I just wanted to show you, since it came up in the conversation, I thought I would show my little sticker. And then once I find it, I can put it in my little studio, and it'll be there forever. And it might pop up from time to time, just as a little jokey poo. I have so many damn pictures that it takes forever to scroll through these pictures, man. It takes for freaking ever. It takes for freaking ever. Forever and ever and ever. And it takes so long that my arm actually gets tired of being up here. But I'm going to find it. Now, since I've spent so much time on it, now I have to do it. Gotta do it. I just gotta do it. I'm going to do it. Gotta do it. Gotta find it. I gotta find it. It's going to be in here somewhere. It's going to be in here. One time, I just saw a picture of Gary, what's the actor? He's a comedian. And he died a few years ago. He actually responded to one of my tweets on Twitter. And it was his verified account. I'm pretty sure it was him. Because I had said something that he actually found it to be funny. And I thought that was a really great thing. Let's see if it's like downloading now. Oh my gosh. It's like I can't find it or something. Damn it. Well, doggone it. I don't know if it's downloading. I did all that and it's like it's not downloaded or something. All right. We'll have to save that for later, I guess. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Okay. There we go. Is it in there? Yeah. John Fowler for president. So that is a sticker. I actually had these stickers made. I actually just went down to I guess back then it was called Kinko's still. Now it's like FedEx store or whatever. And I just printed these out myself. And I made I don't know, a few hundred of them, I think. So there's that. John Fowler for president. In case you don't know, that's me. That's Trucker John. I wasn't Trucker John back then. I was Postal Worker John. I was Mail Processor John. But there you go, John Fowler for president. I guess I'm officially announcing breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. President of what? I don't know. I'm not primarying Joe Biden, who, by the way, is going to be here tomorrow afternoon. He's going to be here. He's on the campaign trail. Our elections here in Nevada are coming up are Tuesday, I believe. And so him and Kamala Harris, I believe, are in town, and they're stumping for the Democrats. And so I was thinking I might do, if I can get over there, because I only have a general location. I haven't really pinned down exactly where he's at. They just said it's an old historic western district of Las Vegas, which I kind of know where that is. I mean, I've seen the sign. They actually have signs that say West, like historic Western Las Vegas. So I'm gonna find. I was thinking if I find where he's at, maybe I'll go there. Maybe I'll do a live stream from, because I think he's speaking outdoors. I think it might be. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it's outdoors, because I know Trump was just here last weekend and he was outdoors at a park. I don't know where Joe's gonna be. I'll have to find out. But if I can figure it out, I might do a live stream from there tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that if you guys want to check that out. Make sure you hit that notification, like and subscribe. And then maybe tomorrow, I just might do a live stream from wherever Biden is speaking. That would be interesting. Okay, I'm behind in the chat, so I'm kind of... I do have... I used to get calluses from all the weightlifting I used to do. But that's many, many, many years ago. And now, I guess from driving. Driving calluses. I just read that little comment from somebody. I'm behind in the chat. I can see. So I'm going to skip down. You guys. Robert Perez, happy to hear you are a union member. I am no longer. I was. But I'm definitely pro-union. Let's see. Sir Norm says, government, you smash Chinese imports and squires, even whatever used is for. Blah, blah. I don't understand what you guys. I'm out of the loop on some of these chats because I skipped down. There's Sayers. Look at Trucker John's calluses. So I was really giving you a good view of that. At least I don't have any like red splotches or whatever on my hand, like Drumpf. Let's see here. I'm just skipping down, trying to get caught up a little bit here. Let's see. Government. You guys are talking about Abenas. I don't even know who that is. Adam Witch says, Trucker John, if you need stickers, 5 eggs, Diane Russell's Hub on HBO Radio Nation can make them for you. I would like to get, if I have a good gimbal, is it called gimbal, right? Am I saying it right, Julie? Gimbal? One of these days I want to get I think it's called gimbal, right? And you put the camera on, so it stabilizes your shot. Sometimes I like to do these walk around videos where I'm walking around a casino or a restaurant or wherever I'm at, and it gets a little shaky when I'm walking. With the gimbal, it stabilizes it, so it's pretty stable. I'd like to get one of those, and I was thinking if I did an event, let's say like if I do a Biden speech, or if I was at a Trump speech and I had my gimbal, I would like to make a thing where I could put like a Trucker John logo or Trucker John thing on my gimbal as I'm walking around. You know what I mean? And I was trying to think if it would be a sticker or how that would work. I'm still just sort of thinking that shit out in my head. 56 says, stream the dream, John. Seha, hey, Seha's here. I don't think you were here. I don't think I saw you earlier. So thanks for dropping by, Seha. Always good to see you. He's saying that government, there are a bunch of IBANs knockoffs like Gucci bags. I didn't even know what you guys are talking about with that stuff. Are those guitars or something? Let's see. Gen X George is here. I think it was because Bubble Boy was kicking their ass at Trivial Pursuit, so George told him wrong. It was the Moops. Oh, okay. So you guys are talking about that. But hey, Gen X George, thanks for being here. I think you just dropped in, right? Robert says, good enough driver. Steven Sayers says, no Trump fingers here. Big Hook. Hey, there's Big Hook. Big Hook, thanks for dropping by. Thanks for being in the chat. Sad day yesterday. We lost Joe Madison and Carl Weathers. Yeah, that's right. That was a sad day. It's still a sad day. But that's just, you just never know, right? Just never know. Golf Marine says, "Howdy, Genetics. I knew you were family. Just haven't seen you here yet." Nick Rich is saying, "Say how my local pawn shop has a bunch of guitars on sale. Kramer's are a great deal." Say hi. Golf Marine got a fake Ebenezer acoustic. I bang around. I've got a fake Ebenezer acoustic. I bang around the house. Robert Perez, I remember when Going Postal meant something. Remember that? Yeah, that was a big thing. I even wrote a screenplay called Going Postal, by the way. Or I think I put Going Postal. I have a screenplay. I've written a few screenplays. I had one. I'm looking at my stupid mustache. It's like, this is... And everything is backwards on the screen here. But I wrote a screenplay called Going Postal. And I've written a few, and I had one, it's called El Mirage. It actually placed third place in a film festival. So there, I got that going for me. Where are we at here now? Surfer Donor says, "Hi, Gen X George. Golf Marine PRS are way out of my market. I think they are in the $5,000 to $10,000 vicinity and more. I never even heard of them till I heard Bandmade who promote them, I guess." The Rook One, what kind of truck do you drive? Hey, the Rook One. First of all, glad to see you in here. I don't think I've seen you here before, so thanks for being here. And I really hope you'll give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subbing, I hope you'll give me a sub. We are trying to get to 1,500 by end of day. And if we do that, at some point, I've promised a nipple slip. But it has to be by midnight tonight for that promise to be fulfilled. I was driving, the last truck I had, I owned it. I bought it out free and clear. Was a Freightliner Cascadia. It was a brand new 2016. I bought it in 2015, but it was model year 2016. I ran that thing into the ground, basically. I ran it for 8 years, put 857,000 miles on it. It was pretty much done at that point. I mean, it needed a lot of work. I could have put another probably maybe 30, 40 grand into it and got it back to being roadworthy, but I just didn't feel like doing that. So I sold the thing, and now I'm an Uber driver. But yeah, that's a quick sort of recap of my little driving career there. And I drove more than that. I drove almost 20 years. I started off with Swift for about a year. Actually less than a year, and I quit because I didn't like being on the road so much, and I had little babies at home. My kids were just basically just turning, I think, like 4 and 6 or something like that, or 5 and 6, 4 and 6, whatever it was, 3 and 5. And I didn't like being away from them so much, so I quit. And then for the next few years, I was driving sort of part-time, sort of on call. Did some little tanker driving, small tanker driving. Just local stuff. I was local, doing seasonal work. There was a seasonal job I did, truck driving. And I also did movie background work during that period. And I had done movie background previous to that, but I was doing some movie background stuff. Actually, before I started driving, I did Planet of the Apes. Actually, in 2001, I did quite a few background jobs. And then from the period of probably around 2006, I kind of got back into it for a couple of years, doing background. But also, I was driving, like I said, I was doing seasonal work and part-time and on-call work. There was a couple of local companies that had seasonal work and on-call stuff. So sometimes I'd be really, really busy driving, and then other times I would go weeks and weeks without driving, and then that's when I was doing the background work. And then around 2008, I started driving more. I was just driving more full-time. I did flatbed for 8 months. And then in 2009, I got into a reefer, didn't like the reefer. Then in 2010, I went to Schneider. I was a company driver with Schneider, just driving dry vans, 53-footers. Did that for 5 years, and then I got my own truck in 2015 and became an IC. And then I finished it out. Did 8 years doing that. And then about a year ago, I parked the truck, and then I ended up selling it. So that's the recap. That's about a 20-year recap right there. All right, so where was I at? Gen X George says, "Hi, Trucker John, but were you behind and skipped it?" Oh, I said hi. Okay, sorry. Well, thanks for updating me. Yeah, I've been skipping down because I'm so behind. But thanks for being here, Gen X George. Always glad to see you. Steve Sayer says, "Oh damn, I got a thing at 3 KCMO time." Thanks, Trucker John. Well, thank you, Steve Sayers, for being here. And I hope to see you on the next one. Make sure you hit that notification button and you can pop on in. Golf Marine says, "I really got lucky buying guitars. I'm only finding out now how lucky that I am." Nick Rich is saying, question that's probably already been answered. Does Trucker John play any instruments or sing? Answer is no. I've tried playing guitar. For some reason, I'm just not musical. I've had acoustic guitars. I think I still have one in storage. And I was talking the other day about if I get it out of storage, maybe trying to learn the damn thing. My kids we bought them electric guitars, and my kids are actually kind of musical, but they just wouldn't stick with it. But they are pretty musical, and they were taking lessons and actually doing pretty well at it. And they had acoustic guitars and electric guitars, and I don't know if those are still around. I would love to get one of their electric guitars, and because we had a little Marshall amp and everything. But I don't really play. And as far as singing, well, you've heard me sing. Why are you asking? You've heard my beautiful voice. You've heard these pipes. It's in the intro. Sehal says, "We actually had a postal worker go postal in Norman, Oklahoma, where I lived for a while." That's some scary shit. Yeah, remember that would happen all the time. And then it's like school shooting said, "Hold my beer," and that shouldn't be joking about that kind of stuff. Goldberg says, "Sing, TJ, sing." Well, you have to go back and listen to the opening because I have it. I was it in the opening, right? Wasn't I'm a truckin'? That's in there, right? Jolie reminding everyone to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for that reminder. We do need to get to 1,500, by end of day. The Rook one, I am waiting until tomorrow. Not interested in an Ipswich. That's right. Yeah, I know. I'm probably putting everyone off until tomorrow, which is my little strategy is just backfired, right? It's really backfiring on that one there. Rook one says my dad was with Northwest and Yellow Freight. Yep. Cool. That's great. And CF, because with CF, is that Central Freight? I forget now. But anyhow, Jolie says, Nick Rich, Trucker John singing his original song entitled Russia Sucks. Oh, yes. I've got a couple hits. I've got Russia Sucks and my opening theme. Nick Rich says, 10-4, truckers have a history. Golf Marine says, okay, guys, back to the hostile chat columns to try to turn maggots into Joe supporters. Wish me luck. All right, Golf Marine, good luck. Yeah, and we're going to go just probably another 14 minutes or so. We'll make this a 2-hour show. But I want to say thanks to everybody. You guys have been watching. Apparently, you guys have been watching the live streams and the videos, and I really appreciate that. We're trying to get the watch time hours up to 3,000. That way we can become like a partner, get partner status, and we can do more things with the emojis and super chats and all that stuff. And we just not a couple weeks ago, whatever, we were hovering all around the 2,400 hour mark, and then a few days ago we were hovering over 2,500, and now the last couple days I've been looking at it, we're over 2,700 hours. So we are climbing. We're getting closer and closer to the 3,000 mark. So I really appreciate all you guys coming out, watching the videos, watching the live streams. If you see a Trucker John video pop up in your feed or whatever we call it, go ahead and click on it and watch it, or you can play it in the background. Just make sure you don't mute it all the way. If you don't want to listen to it because you're doing something else, but you want to give me the watch hours, you can just put the volume all the way down to like 1. You know, if you're doing something else. But I recommend listening because, you know, where else are you going to get this witty banter? You know. But I just, what I'm really trying to say is thank you guys so much for watching, and you're helping with those watch hours. We're almost to 3,000. We're over 2,700, and because it kind of goes up and down. It goes by the last 365 days. So if 365 days ago there was like 0 or whatever, I guess it kind of knocks it down a little bit. But we've been consistently hovering at over 2,700. So hopefully we'll keep hovering higher and higher, and to break that 3,000 threshold. And that's because of you guys. I owe it all to you. So you guys are awesome, and I just want to recognize that, and then remind you guys to keep on watching. Karen Bass says, I can sing, but I try not to alarm my neighbors. Server Norm says, some people learn fast, but you have to play an hour every day till you really learn an instrument. Yeah, I believe that. It does take some dedication and you know, and to put the time in. And my kids just didn't want to put the time in. And my son especially, he's played a lot of instruments, and he seems to just have a natural ability to pick it up, like piano and even like violin, even like sax and trumpet. He was doing, you know, all kinds of instruments, and he could actually pick it up and start playing. He's got a gift, but he doesn't have the motivation to stick with it and to really practice at it. So he's never really, you know, stuck with it. But he's, you know, it's kind of amazing how I'm the opposite. I have no musical ability, but my kids, I think, even my daughter, I think, not as much as my son, but they both have, I think, an ability to play. And I'm not saying they would be, you know, the next, you know, maestro, but I think they could play an instrument. I think that's awesome. It's awesome, even if it's just, you know, I'm not even talking about being a professional musician. It'd be awesome just to play for your own pleasure and just around, you know, around the campfire, around the house. It would be a really neat thing to be able to do, you know. So I kind of envy anyone who can play. Anyhow, we got Adam West says, Golf Marine, good luck. You can do it, and please stay alive a lot longer. Absolutely. Stay alive as long as you can. Jack McCool says a duet with Hal's Florida Man. Florida Man. Hey, Jack McCool, thanks for being here. I don't know if I saw you earlier, so just want to say thanks for being here. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share. Won't you please? Nick Rich says, I was thinking about buying a fiddle for less than $100. It'll be fun or funny, I think, to aggravate the neighbors. Well, that's on you, man. If you want to aggravate your neighbors. Kevin Anderson just says Karen Bast. Well, thanks, Kevin Anderson, for being here. Brenda Triplett says, I subbed for you. Thank you so much, Karen, or Brenda, sorry. Thanks, Brenda. I so much appreciate that. From the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate that. Nick Rich says, too damn autocorrect. I kind of figured it out. Big Hook says, 10,000 hour rule of mastery applies. Yeah, I've often heard that. Adam Washington says, I'm kind of like that too. I can pick up something and play it, but have had little feedback or encouragement, so never valued that skill. Well, believe me, it's unfortunate that you didn't get encouragement, because it is a valuable skill. And it is, I think, being able to play an instrument, I think is just really, really awesome. And if you can do it, you should do it. And I'm offering you encouragement. I hope I'm giving you some encouragement, because I think it's a great gift. If you can pick up an instrument and start playing it, that's a great gift. But even if you're able to learn, you know, like the proper way or whatever, that's, you know, I can't even do that, you know. Joy says, thanks for the sub, Brenda Triplet. Yeah, thank you so much. Nick Rich says, I thought about buying instruments and donating them to some kids. That's a good idea. That's a very good idea, Nick. Surfer Norm says, your kid has real talent. If he can play a violin, you have to really have great intonation for violin. Yeah, he started to do it. I'm not saying he got really good at it because he would quit, you know. But you could see that he was picking it up, you know. And it wasn't like cringy. It wasn't like, oh, please, yeah, that's good, you know. No, it was like, oh yeah, you know. But he can get on a piano and just start playing stuff that sounds like a song, you know. I mean, it's like kind of amazing, actually. Kevin Anderson says Jolie is cool. Jolie is cool. You got that right. Brenda Triplett says music is magical. It is. It is very magical. It can send you to a whole new place, and it can lift your spirits. You know, if you're feeling down, and even if you listen to like blues music and sad music, it's still can kind of lift your spirits for some reason. It's like almost like you're commiserating with the music. You know. So yeah, music is a special thing, and it's a great gift. If you can perform music, you're actually performing a service to people because it's something that I think it's in our nature to love to hear these sounds, you know, the sounds of music. Let's see here. Nick Rich says $20 for a flute, $50 for a sax. Okay, are you selling those or? Big Hook says play by ear is great, but it frustrates traditional music teachers. Yeah, I get that. I understand that. Kevin Anderson says I can play the recorder. I remember that the kids, you know, all the elementary school kids. Every elementary school kid probably, you know, has that recorder thing where the teachers are doing the recorder lesson. Nick Rich says $60 for a violin, used but usable. Are you selling instruments, Nick? The Rook one says, have him watch some Ryan Shoup and the Rubber Band. They make string instruments cool. Huh. Have who watch them? Oh, my son, I guess. Ryan Shoup and the Rubber Band. My son, by the way, now is like 20, gosh, how old am I? 26, 27? 20, he'll be turning 27 in the fall. So, you know, he's not like a little kid anymore. In case you got, just to let you guys know, he's not like a little kid anymore. Joe 477771, I respond to my representative's emails all the time. He uses water conservation as his platform, but he yells against Biden. Okay, first of all, Joe, thank you for being here. I don't think I've ever seen you before. And so I just want to thank you for being here. I hope you subscribe, and I hope you give me a thumbs up. Now, first of all, who are you talking about? So I respond to my representative's email. Okay, so you're talking about your representative. I don't know who that is, but he uses water conservation as his platform, but he yells against Biden. I tell him to pass a budget. Okay, well, good for you for telling him to pass a budget. Nick Rich says, I'm not selling. I'm finding these at my local pawn shop. Oh, okay. Joe 4771 says, Brian Mast. Well, you stay on him, Joe. Good on you for calling him out. Big Hook says, remember Victor Borgia? Yeah, I do remember Victor Borgia. He was the guy who would play piano and then stop and do jokes, right? Kind of. I remember watching Victor Borgia on TV. Like in the 60s, I guess it was, basically. I think I do remember that. I do recall. And he was good. And then I remember, of course, like in junior high, I think it was, I had a music class, and then they would play those films of the famous conductor. What was his name? He was really good. Adam Wash says, Nick Rich, I need to find myself a violin, guitar, drums if I can. You're just going to get the whole collection of different instruments, huh? Big Hook says, incrementalism is unfortunately the way we get things done. Now, I don't mind incrementalism. I know Hal Sparks has talked about incrementalism. And I don't really mind that. As long as the incrementalism, as long as we can keep going. It's funny how I'm moving my hand to my right, but then on the screen it's going that way. Anyhow, as long as we are making like steady progress, I don't mind incrementalism. But when we get obstruction and regression, like for decades, because people keep voting for Republicans like Reagan and the first Bush, and then we get 8 years of the second Bush, and then we get 4 years of Trump, and every time they're in, we go backwards, and we're behind in all whether it's environmentally, whether it's about Medicare or healthcare, you name it. When we get 12 years of Reagan Bush and another 8 years of Bush Jr. and another 4 years, we go backwards. And then when we get in power, we got to spend half our time cleaning up their fucking messes that the Republicans made. So we clean all that up, and then we get things going again. We get the economy rolling like we are with Bidenomics and Biden boom and all that shit. We spend half our time doing that, and then maybe we make a little bit of progress, and then the goddamn people elect a goddamn Trump or something, and then we go backwards again, and we're back another decade, So I'm all for incrementalism, like I said, but we need to make up some time. So we need to make some leaps forward here when it comes to fossil fuels and going to green technology, when it goes to maybe healthcare for all, Medicare for all, or at least like getting a public option. When it comes to, even like worker rights and wages and all these things, we need to make some big leaps to get caught up, because our incrementalism has been stalled and has been thrown backwards by every time we get these Republicans in the White House and in Congress, we go backwards and we get all fucked up, and then we spend a lot of our time and energy cleaning up their messes. So Gen X George had something retracted. I hope it wasn't nasty. Gen X George says, I play the drums, haven't had a set for a while because they take up a bit of space and they're loud. I'd have them on those practice sets, and you can play and turn up and down, or rent a storage unit. Yeah, we had a drum set too. My son really never got into the drums though, but we did have a nice drum set, and I used to play it. I used to get on there and bang around like a monkey. I don't think we have the drum set anymore though. I think they got rid of it. Okay, so Big Hook says, good memory, John. I don't remember what I was remembering. That's how bad my memory is. Jack McCool says, they say learning to play music changes the way your brain works. Yeah, it does. I think so. In a good way. Adam West just says, Big Hook, gradualism, incrementalism is fine, but to me, things move way too slowly most of the time. Yeah, and it's moving slowly because of the obstructionists of the Republican Party. That's all they are. They're obstructionists. They're regressive. They don't want to go back to the 1950s. They want to go back to the 1850s. Okay, so I blame it on the Republicans, and I blame it on the people who vote for Republicans, and why they're voting for them is because of the very, very, very strong propaganda of places like Fox News, and it's very unfortunate. But hopefully, with shows like Hal Sparks and Tara Devlin, I'm wearing her shirt, you can see, and I don't know, whoever, Randy Rhodes, whatever, Trucker John, hopefully we can, get messages out of voting for good Democrats and stop voting for Republicans. That's really been our downfall. That's really what's been keeping us behind in so many things, is voting for Republicans. And I don't know, I'm trying to do my little part to just get out something, some truth, something here. I mean, look at what I put up earlier. I had this thing about Bidenomics, you know, and I had about this chart here about, you know, all these things. We've been getting all these great, all of these great job reports. You can see the charts here, you know, like pandemic hit, everything dropped, but then Biden came in, and now we're above even pre-pandemic levels, you know? I mean, Bidenomics, you know, this is a Democrat, and he's getting rid of supply side. He's getting rid of Reaganomics, because Reaganomics was a complete failure. It was very, very great for billionaires and millionaires. It was pretty shitty for the middle class, to the point where the middle class was shrinking. But now with Bidenomics, he says fuck Reagan. You know, we're going to do this the way it was in the 50s and the 60s, when we had this golden era of, you know, we had the greatest economy in the world. And Joe Biden is bringing us back to that. And this is the message we need to preach. And finally, consumer confidence is finally kind of catching up. Like I said in the last show, the masses are asses. And what I mean by that is it takes a long time for the information to really filter into the masses. It does take a lot, and you just got to barrage them, and you just got to keep carpet bombing the masses with information, with true, good information, not this fucking propaganda bullshit. To battle the propaganda, to fight the propaganda, you fight it with the truth, and you fight it with good information. And hopefully, maybe I can do a little bit, you know, my little part. And we love Hal Sparks. We love all these Tom Hartman, whatever, Randy Rhodes. We love all those people because they have bigger platforms, and they're really hitting it home. And I hope I can be a little bit a part of that. So that's why I want everyone to subscribe to me and share the show, put it out there, and just be one more little voice. And eventually, maybe all the little voices can become one huge voice, and we can really get the masses on board to stop voting for Republicans, because it's not helping. It's not helping. You're not doing a good thing, really, when you're voting for Republicans. You're making us go backwards. Okay? It's not helping by voting for Republicans. Is the Democratic Party perfect? No. Are our Democrats perfect little angels? No. But overall, with their message, with their platform, the things that they're about, we can see the results here. With these jobs, with the economy, inflation is lower than any other country that's coming out of the pandemic. We've had the lowest inflation, and our inflation numbers are dropping. We've had great employment. You know, more and more jobs. Unemployment is low for record numbers amount. We've had the best economy now that we've had in 50 years, and it's all because we voted for Democrats. We voted for Joe Biden. And his administration is doing a great job. We need to get that message out. And I'm hoping to do my little share, my little 1,380 or 90 subscribers. Hopefully we'll grow that, get the message out. So I need you guys to like, subscribe, and share. And that's the message for today. So I'm going to go ahead and end it. We're at over 2 hours. I've got a little overtime. I want to thank you guys for being here today. You are the greatest chat. I'm inheriting a lot of you guys from Hal, because Hal has the greatest chat, and now you come here and you make my chat great. I have a great mod, and Jolie, thank you so much for helping me out. Like I said, if I can find out where Joe's playing tomorrow, speaking, if I can get in, maybe I can see if I can do a live stream from Las Vegas, Joe Biden. So be on the lookout. Make sure you hit that notification button. And I just want to thank you all. I'm just looking here at the chat. Mogu! Doctor Who fan, thanks for being here. Let's make America great over and over. But guys, thanks so much for being here. Man, it's been, the time flies. 2 hours and 7 minutes, and it just flew by like that. If I don't do anything tomorrow, for sure Tuesday, Thursday, 9 a.m.-ish, and maybe Thursday in the afternoon, a little pregame, a little pre-show before Hal goes on at 4. We'll try to do that. But look out for tomorrow. I just might be doing something from whatchamacallit, from Joe Biden. All right, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Thank you so much, guys. See you on the next one.